We are off in the final of the 500 freestyle.
We've got a lot of returners here from last year. Sam Smitty, that's out there in lane 8, was second. He actually gave Chris Swanson a really good run for his money. I'm not sure everybody expected the race to be as close as it was. The great thing about that race last year was that all these guys were together until about the 400, and that's when Swanson took off and Smitty took off. So it's going to be interesting to see if people are changing their race strategy from last year. You can see Swanson, clearly establishing himself here early.
Swanson, the Tampa, Florida native, completed the triple last year in the distance events. Quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, and what we got to realize too is not every conference does the 1,000. The Ivy League is unique in that sense. So, a lot of distance swimmers will do the 500, maybe the 4 IM, and then the mile. So to be able to add an extra 1,000 than most people are doing and still do a time that gets you to NC2As just kind of goes to show the base of training that Chris has had there at Penn and the kind of athlete that he is.
Later on in the meet, he'll have a chance to complete a 4-year sweep in his prime event, really, the mile.
Yeah, and we can see here the Yale Penn distance battle. Kei Hyogo moving up there. Kei Hyogo closes very well. He's not a tall guy, but he's very efficient in the water. So while Swanson is much taller than him, you'll see him really ride the water there. You can see a nice high catch. Good tempo, almost into that catch-up freestyle stroke.
Swanson still leading in 4. Kei Hyogo right below him. 3, the Yale Bulldog. 2 Harvard swimmers, and 1 and 2 not too far behind. Swanson, a fellow senior above him, Brian Hogan, out of Yale, also right in the picture. But it's still Swanson as we come into the halfway mark.
And this is where we'll probably see Swanson continue to pull away. Kei Hyogo's not letting him go too far away, though. He's breathing every stroke. So, again, what we talked about before, we're going to see Kei Hyogo looking at Chris Swanson on that final 25. And the way this is shaping up, I think it might come down to that.
Still Swanson and Hyogo side by side. Swanson with a slight edge as we come into the 300 mark. Swanson has such a big hitch in his stroke. He seems like he gets so much power. Really puts a lot of effort into every stroke.
Yeah, the key to that, we call it a gallop. And what he's doing there is he's galloping onto one side. And then what makes Swanson's stroke so great is he doesn't allow his arm to immediately drop. You can watch his left arm there. It'll stay out in the water until his hip's ready to come down and really use all that momentum together. So it looks a little weird, but it's super efficient. We talked about Katie Ledecky earlier. She's mastered this technique.
150 to go. It's still Swanson looking to win this event for the 3rd year in a row. Smitty, last year's runner-up up there in lane 8. Starting to gain a little bit of ground, but he's got a ways to go.
It's going to be a great battle and a great time.
100 to go for Chris Swanson and a 3-peat. The senior out of Penn. Starting to gain a little ground on Hyogo here. He's starting to build his lead. Keep an eye on Smitty in lane 8.
Yeah, Smitty's really making up some ground here. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to capture that 2nd place from last year. He's not going to catch Swanson, but again, for the Tigers, a 3rd place would be huge. They need to get on the board here.
Here comes Swanson in the final 50. He's got a body length lead. Penn looking for their first victory of the meet. Said this was a big chance for them this year, and he's going to be a big part of it. Here he comes.
Absolutely. Keep an eye on that meet record of 4:17.
Here comes Swanson into the final yards, and Swanson completes a 3-peat in meet record time. 4:16.13. Chris Swanson is your champ.